Yeah, so what I'm going to share with you today is a compilation of things that I have learned and that have served me as a woman, as a mother, as a partner, as an entrepreneur, as a way shower, as a light holder, as an empath, as a intuitive natural born healer and public speaker, to name a few. So as a fellow woman who's stepping forward in their expression in the world, which I am right now as well, I have come to many thresholds and hurdles, shall we say. So these are some of the tools that have helped me keep navigating and move through and, completely leave some of those behind, but also be with whatever arises on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, so here we go. I have a preference for doing 3 things, and they could be at any order, depending on where you are at in your day or in your process. And one is to clear, and the other is to connect, and the other is to get centered. So again, depending on what's arising for you, you might start in any order. Let's go ahead and I'll start with clear. So for example, at the beginning of your day, or if you are already in some open state and you're in process with your work, you're writing, you're doing, and you notice things starts to not be flowing as well. You're not accessing, you're not in your ease like you can be. These are times when you might want to do clearing, or if you want to prepare yourself to move into a certain open state or flow state to do your work or connect or have a date, whatever it is. So a few techniques for clearing that I use, and that some of them I've used from some master teachers and some that is an integration, is to vibrate. And the idea is, okay, so you don't have to have anything particular in your mind, but let's just say you do. Say you're like, oh, I suck. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to do. Or gosh, I don't know if they're going to like me. I don't know what's going to happen. And so there's like a mental construct around this. And then there's also an energetic impact and an emotional experience that we could be having around that. So let's call that a particular context or, paradigm or something. We'll just call it context, as some of my teachers, River and Diamond Jameson, use it. They call it shifting contexts. So when we're clearing, we're actually shifting our being's ability to expand into a different context and way to experience and see and feel and connect. So if everyone would like to join me, we could do these together. We go ahead and stand up. You can sit too if you prefer. Okay. We stand up and just start vibrating your body, like shaking, bouncing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And depending on where your health and joints are and everything, of course, be mindful. You want to create a consistent, rapid movement. From your head down to your toes. And from your head out your fingertips. Yeah. It's like there'll be a point usually for me where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm starting to feel better. But keep going for now. Just also keep tracking. How does it feel in your head, in your heart, in your body, your energy field? Yeah. Yeah, so from there, imagine you have just connect with something that you're frustrated about, or that pisses you off, or that you're angry about. So there's utilizing the movement and evoking some more of the fire, or like the emotional aspect in this particular piece. So it's the shaking, but it's also like a in the air temper tantrum. So what we're doing is we're clearing and creating space in our mind and our consciousness and our energy field. So with this, go ahead and like, you're gonna, as you can get whatever degree you want to here with this. So you're gonna get like, connect with that and go. You can do a breathy scream, or you can do as loud as you want. And let it vibrate all the way down your spine, all the way down, like you have a tail that's wiggling out to the ground, all the way down your legs. Do another big breath. Keep going. Go ahead and stomp your feet. If you're not already, stomp your feet. Get all the way through. Woo, opening up those hips. Yeah. And while we're on that, if we can get really evoked even terror, especially us women, if we're stepping out in the world, what the fuck happens? What happens if they kill us, right? What happens if what happened before in those other lifetimes? So we can put our hand over our mouth and scream. If you know, if you've ever done this, the mouth scream, hand scream. And take a breath and do at least 3 rounds. Mindful that we have enough oxygen. Yeah, and now gotta take those hands and wipe them off. Yeah, now we're wiping off, like we're clearing off our body. Yeah, start with our hands so that when we touch the rest of our body, we already have the movement and the pathways open for the release, okay? Yeah, then go to the top of the head. Ooh, yeah, go from top to bottom, just kind of lovingly, but with like this care and this clearing presence. Ooh, it's like this boundary of like, I love myself, and no, whatever doesn't serve does not belong here. Yeah, whatever does not serve me and my highest as I am now and in my future I'm stepping into, yes, can clear, release, shed, go back to source, to the universal recycle bin. Yes. It's particularly with women, I find, or myself, I shall say, like, make sure as you go down your central line, really include your belly and your womb and your groin, and down the backside, the tailbone, and those glutes. Yeah. Yeah. And now as you touch, be like acknowledging, like, oh, like, okay. Sometimes we can be kind of out there paying attention to so many other things. So just like lovingly be like connecting, acknowledging. Yeah. If you feel like you need to move some more to receive this, please do. Yeah. Yes, just like massaging where it may need to be massaged, and just allowing any sound that wants to come out. And here we are, we're connecting in. We've done some clearing, and let's start for now with this connecting in on a real physical presence right here. Whew. Yeah. You may be inspired to even say loving things like, I'm right here, it's all okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Oof. Yeah. 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 And trust your intuition and your inspiration. You know, if you feel to hold or stop anywhere particular, that's where you are to be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the way down. I'm just going to keep rolling through a variety of options. And I see a little one with us too. That's lovely. So there are, we have our collarbones, and underneath our collarbones, if we do little circles, like pretty, firm massage, if we move around, if we palpate around, we're going to find spots that are a little more tender, like little buttons. We want to find those buttons. And when we find them, do circular motions in whichever direction. We're going to go both directions. Yeah. And as we're doing this, just doing it with our fingers without saying any words is very supportive. It's going into our nervous system. But we can also add the psycho-emotional aspect. And when we do that, it can help clear and calm us pretty quickly. So one of the ways I've learned to use this, and you can feel free to sit down or however you want at the moment, is that we say something that maybe is running through our mind, maybe it's a limiting thought or a belief. Actually, you can feel free to pause for a minute, because if your hands or wrists are tired, go ahead and feel free to pause, because I feel like I want to explain this for another minute. We can stop ourselves with our own limiting beliefs and fears. So this is a way to shift back into a more open, relaxed state, and a state of love. So it's a two-part statement. The first part, you have creative license with filling in the blank of whatever's the most tender thing happening for you. The second part is, I deeply love and respect myself. So the first part is, even though, I'll give an example. So even though I am scared to bits about fully being seen in the world for who I am, I deeply love and accept myself. So you'd say it at least a few times. Even though I am scared to be seen in the world fully for who I am, I deeply love and accept myself. Whew. Even though I'm scared to be fully seen in the world for all that I truly am, I deeply love and accept myself. Yeah, so then you track for your own self-reference, like, how do you feel now? I notice there's a softening in my back body, more tingling and openness, and awareness. You can also cross your hands over if it feels better for you. So pick one. You can do mine with me, or you can pick your own. So mine will be there's different ones that want to float around. Maybe I'll give another example. Even though I haven't managed money as well as I think I should have, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I haven't managed money as well as I think I should have, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I haven't managed money as well as I think I should have, I deeply love and accept myself. Yeah. So after you get done with that one, go ahead and put your hands down. So what can happen is that we get caught in in a story or a limiting belief. So this is one way to start to move the energy around that. Another way is to utilize the clearing that we did, the more demonstrative body movement. So if we have emotion around something like that, like for example, around money management, for me, I might feel shame, or I might feel some anger, or I might sabotage myself with my success in my business, or spend all the money I make right away, and then constantly be feeling that I'm in this fight or flight survival loop. So catching that at the beginning on a more emotional, psycho-emotional level can help me not run the whole pattern and actually shift the pattern more proactively. So like shaking it through, like doing that, or doing this type of thing. Those are just two examples. There's many, but I'm not going to go through a huge list today. And then after we do that, feeling into, like, what are we opening to? What are you opening to? So this is another quality of the connection. So in our own systems, we could be now, like, you know, connecting internally to like the source of ground, or the source of the infinite. Just let your system show you, or go what pathway feels really primary for you initially, for your internal, like, energetics and, you know, core building type of connection. So is it to the Mother Earth? Is it to the angels and the stars and the planets? Is it to Mama Gaia, like the, yeah, Gaia, like the oceans, God? Yeah. So we're connecting and we're bringing in resource that's in fueling us, moving into all that space that we're opening up, moving into those vulnerable, tender places. Yeah. It's like we are fueling up the cosmic fuel station so we can get to the destination of what we most truly want, or what we are stepping into, what our heart and soul's desires are. And as you're doing that, now it's like we're bringing that into feeling ourself in the center point of that. Feeling our own center, heart. And that everything we think, we say, we do, we create expresses from this point. Fueled by the infinite source. Yet channeled through your specific being and your specific soul. And from this place, seeing or saying out loud, or seeing a symbol or a picture of something that your being is calling forth right now. That no matter what has been, that this is what you are stepping into, what you already are, and you are being in complete connection with right now. You're stepping into the full actualization of this. This is when an I am statement or a symbol to gaze upon or a vision board to look upon or a chant to sing would happen, or any other practice, a prayer. The purity and the power of the connection is indisputable. So seeing I'd love to join you in seeing your sites completed, your little pieces, written, and all of the associated aspects just flowing together, coming together, representing who you are beautifully, accurately, joyously. And we have the bonus piece of having a collective group field right now. So good. Letting all of the juiciness of that continue to flow into your being on every level. Overflowing from the personal to the group, to the collective, to the global level. In service to the betterment of humanity and love on the planet. So from there, we would transition into living from this, writing from this, creating from this actively in the rest of your day. You're co-creating, you're playing. Yeah. Any I am statements you might want to write down, or any loving thing you want to say to yourself, or any other acknowledgement you want to give to yourself. It's usually a good way to transition from being really deep into being more engaged as this with this. If anyone wants to share any statements that feel affirming for where you are right now, I'd love to hear.
I am fully supported in my path.
Beautiful. Love it. So true.
Just that reminder that the more we align with our purpose and mission, like the more all the resources, all the support, all the team comes to align with us. All the tools.
Thank you, Melissa.